Surprise! I'm not in the shed. I've popped up to the clinic to just do a quick security check and thought whilst I'm up here I will do a face and sort of shoulder massage for you that you can use at home. So if you're feeling a little bit tense in certain areas, if you're working at your dining room table rather than your workstation, then all of these different things, you might not be sleeping properly, you might be sleeping more, all of these things will can create tensions in the neck and shoulders. A primary place of tension anyway, so yours might have eased since you've stopped work, yours might have increased because of different things. So what I hope today is just something that you can keep referring back to, so do it on yourself, and it's quite nice. So to start with, obviously wash your hands really, really well before you're touching your own face. You can use various different products. If you've got some massage oil, great. If you haven't, you can use vegetable oil, believe it or not, out of the kitchen. It doesn't smell very nice, but you can use it, or a moisturizer. Just be aware if you're using any type of cream, it's going to absorb quite quickly, so you might need to just reapply. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take you through a routine and I'll talk through it as well. And then, yeah, hopefully you can use it and bring yourself a little bit of relief, tension relief, if you feel that you need it. So to start off with, what I will say, when you're working on the face, always go upwards or outwards. Now this is just to stop dragging the skin, so we want to look after it, and we certainly don't want to create any more wrinkles than we've already got. So it's working upwards or outwards all the time whenever you're doing anything on the face. So what I will start with, so a lot of people, if you have tension on the back of the shoulder, there's nearly always an issue here across the pectorals, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, I will start off and we will just do a very gentle, just circles, using the pads of your fingers, just circles. Now you can see I'm really, really putting some pressure on here. Now, if I show you, if I'm putting my arms up like this, you can see my muscles are in tension here. So what we want them is to be relaxed as possible. Give them a little shake, and you want them as relaxed as you can. Now, even at this stage, you may well feel tension. I know I do, but that's because of my job. So circling around, try not to stay in the same area because you don't want to irritate. So we're going to move up, coming up to the neck, and you'll really, really feel that, hopefully right up to behind the ear. So start again at the bottom and then move your way up. You can already see, this is called erythema. You can already see this. This is the redness of the skin. So we're getting a good amount of blood flow there. This is a good sign. Okay, so you've done that on one side. You can come back down, really push into the back of the shoulders there. Those top muscles, you'll feel them. So really you can push, you can circle, you can do whatever you feel just to manipulate that tissue. So all around the shoulder. So we're going to repeat that on the other side. So you do one side and then the other. You can go back. Just do each side as much as you like to get some tension there. Try not to stay in one area for too long. You don't want to irritate. So if you've been working on this side for a few minutes, not only will your hand probably get a little bit achy, but you'll want to move over to the other side. But really, really, really use this. Really manipulate in. Use those pads of your fingers to really push in. Okay, so shoulders. The next is across here. Now you can see if a guideline is your collarbone. So what you can do is I usually use 2 fingers at the top and then circles, 3 or 4 circles. Come in a little bit more, 3 or 4 circles right into that center. And then back out, 3 or 4 circles. It's quite difficult to get on the outside because of the position of your hands now. So swap over. So use the opposite hand to circle and come in onto that pec. On the outside here, you'll feel just under the bony part. Move your way in. Excellent. And at this point you want to go back and do a little bit more on the shoulders, then do. Get those lovely and warmed up, really loose. Roll your shoulders a bit just in case you've started to become a little bit tense while you're doing your own work. Okay, so now any movement on the neck, again, we're going to go upwards. So this is really, I mean, if you were doing a facial, this is what you would do. So I'm just warming around the neck, just warming to get it ready for movement. Now again, here, 2 really, really strong muscles. These are a main stabilizer of the head. They also have a lot of action. So forward, backward, side, side, lateral, lateral. They are called, if I turn to the side, you can see it here, sternocleidomastoid, best name of muscle. And this is a really, really strong muscle. We see a lot of tension here. So as I'm doing, relax, but go to the side and you will be able to pick this muscle up here. And that is all you really need to do. Find that muscle and you can manipulate that however you wish. So I would just do, at this stage for you, very small circles up to the bottom of the ear and back down again. Muscles can take quite a lot of pressure. So don't be worried. You'll never hurt yourself. You'll always stop if it's becoming a problem. Okay, and both sides, find that. It's a big muscle. You'll be able to find it. Works really hard. Okay, so now we've got the neck. Again, you can come just here to your 2 knobbly bits at the bottom, and then we're going to go across the top of the collarbone. So before we were going underneath, now we're going to go on top. I'm going to switch hands on top of that collarbone all the way out. Just 2 fingers all the way out, and both sides. Always do both sides, keeps it nice and even. Okay, a lot of tension there. Perfect. So shoulders should feel nice and loose now. So we're going to go on to the face. Now there are various upwards movements that we would use if you were on the couch to warm everything up and get going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into a pressure point kind of massage. So we're going to work around the face on different areas of, to particularly where you get pressure on the face. So to start off with, always use this ring finger. To start with, it's the finger that you can apply least pressure with all of the will in the world. That is the finger that has got the least strength. So I would start with these, again, on the bony parts, around the face, around the skull. They can take a lot of pressure, a lot of your pressure. You're not going to do any damage, but they can take a lot of pressure. So what I'm going to start with is if you start just in the corners of your eyebrows. So 2 fingers on, push and circle. Push and circle about 4 times, and then we're going to come out and push and circle, and we're going to work all the way around. Just the eye socket, so the bony part that you can feel. You're not going anywhere near the actual eye. On top of the cheekbones, this is lovely. Particularly if you get any sinus issues, hay fever at the moment, can be quite tender. So keep moving your fingers around the eyes. Good. Don't forget the temples. So out on the sides, you often see people, if they've got a headache, they're going to grab the side of their temples. Again, 2 fingers I would use for this. 2 fingers on the sides, and then quite deep, pushing in and rotating around that temple. This is quite nice. You can stay here for quite a while. Switch direction. So if you were going clockwise, go anti-clockwise. And switch again. This is a real relaxing. Okay, now let's wake it all up. I tend to use hooked fingers because I feel you get a more pressure that way. So this is really, really waking everything up around the eyes, stimulating. I can see mine going red, which is good. Probably hear it as well. Come up onto the forehead, around the cheeks, down onto that jaw. Okay, now you should feel quite awake in your skin. So pressure points, we can come down here as well, just under the corners of your mouth. And we're going to work our way out here. So you can feel probably the tops or the bottom of your teeth, top of your gums when you're going out here. And I'll show you, I'm just following this line back. If you're a clencher or if you grind your teeth, you might find this a little uncomfortable. So you're hooking, you should feel an indent, a small indent between the top and the bottom jaw. Really circling there. And then if you were feeling brave, push forward. If I show you, you're pushing forward. I clench, so this is really sore. Okay. Good. Give your arms a rest. You might be feeling that they're a little bit achy now because you've been doing this work. Okay, we're going to go up onto the forehead. Anybody who suffers from headaches, tension, migraines, any of that, this is a great little help. So what we're going to use on this one is I'm going to go to the middle or the forefinger because we can put quite a lot of pressure on here. So if you can use one finger, you can use one on top of the other, whichever's easiest. So one finger right in the middle of your eyebrows. Remember, push and circle and then up. You see the indent where that was? Push and circle, up. Good. And then either side. Of course, if somebody would do this for you, that would be nice too. And up onto the forehead. Going to go out to the corner of the eyebrows, push and circle, push and circle, and one more back to the hairline. Good. Now then, another hot spot for tension is the occiput. So this is the base of the skull here, and it's also the attachment of all of these muscles that we were working on. So if there's going to be tension, then you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to feel it in here. So this is a really good one. You need to hook your thumbs like this, and then find the bottom of your skull, the real bony point. So move around a little bit until you can feel it, and then you can really apply some pressure to the base of the skull. Now this will really ease that tension behind. So you're going to move inwards towards the middle of the skull. So starting out on the underside of the ear, and you can move that inwards. Okay. So stay here. This is nice. If you want to, hook your hands into your skull and give yourself a scalp massage at the same time. Okay, good. Moving it up. Another nice thing to do as well, so you can move that right into the center. If you see me wincing a bit, it's quite tender, but it feels good. So another thing is when you've hooked your thumbs under, find that point. If you have got an area of tension, a bit of a trigger point, find the pressure point there and hold it now. I'm not moving my thumbs at all, I'm just holding it. Apply my pressure, and then I'm going to move my head back. Now that just increases the pressure on that point. And back in. Okay, and back. So you're just going to hold, keep your fingers static. Don't move them at this point. And then back in. Give your arms a little shake. They're probably aching again a little bit. So that is a top shoulder. Bring in the face. If you want to do it quickly for 5 minutes and then repeat 3 or 4 times, do it that way. If you want to spend longer on the shoulder and then move to the face, you can do whatever you wish. I've just given you a few little tools. Make up your own routines. And yeah, good luck. And I hope that can give you just a little bit of tension relief whilst we're going through this time. And I better get home quick in case anyone spots me. So I will speak to you all soon, probably from the shed next time. And yeah, have a great day. Take care. Bye.